The cool breeze of the evening felt different now. Melissa sat on her couch, phone in hand, staring at the unread message from Alex. She had seen his name come through several times in the past few days. Each message was filled with uncertainty and a hint of desperation, but every time Melissa hesitated. Her thoughts kept drifting between the warmth of Alex's past promises and the quiet comfort Malik had brought into her life over the past few weeks. Malik had become a constant presence. They spent hours together talking, laughing, and supporting each other. Every conversation with him made Melissa feel less alone, less burdened by the weight of her past. Malik never rushed her. He listened and understood her in ways Alex never had. Slowly, he had become the shoulder she leaned on when everything else felt uncertain. But as time went on, Alex's messages, filled with nostalgia and regret, refused to be ignored. The man who once held her heart in his hands now felt like a distant memory, a shadow of the person she used to know. And yet, a part of her couldn't completely let go. That part still wondered if they could ever return to what they once had. One evening, as she and Malik sat together in their favorite cafe, Melissa found herself drifting again. They were talking about their week, but her mind kept returning to the choice that loomed over her. She wasn't sure she could avoid it much longer. Malik looked at her, noticing the change in her demeanor. He had been patient, understanding when she wasn't ready to talk, but tonight something seemed different. He leaned forward, his voice gentle but firm. "You've been quiet, Melissa," he said, his eyes searching hers. "Something's been on your mind. I can tell." She sighed, meeting his gaze. "I don't know what to do anymore, Malik. Alex. He wants to come back. But I don't know if I can. Things are so different now. I don't even know if I can trust him anymore." Malik's eyes softened, and he reached for her hand, gently squeezing it. Sometimes the hardest part of moving on is accepting that people change. Sometimes they don't come back the way we remember them. You have to ask yourself, Melissa, what's best for you? Is it holding on to something that's no longer there? Or is it stepping forward into something new? Something that might bring you the peace you've been looking for. Her heart felt heavy as she looked at him. The words he spoke were exactly what she needed to hear, but the decision still seemed impossible. "I don't know if I'm ready to let go," she admitted, her voice barely above a whisper. "What if I make the wrong choice? What if I regret it?" Malik's voice was soft but steady. "You don't have to have all the answers right now. Just listen to what your heart is telling you. You deserve peace, Melissa. Don't let the past keep you from it." That night, as she returned to her apartment, Melissa felt a weight on her chest. She sat on her bed, staring at the phone in her hand. She couldn't help but reread Alex's messages again and again. Melissa. Are you still there? It hurt to read them, but at the same time, they made her feel something she hadn't realized she was still holding on to. Hope. But hope for what? A future that seemed impossible to reach. Or a past that had long faded into something unrecognizable. The decision weighed heavily on her heart, but the choice seemed clearer now. She had spent so much time with Malik, and his steady presence had shown her what it felt like to move forward. The future, no matter how uncertain, seemed less daunting when she was with him. The next morning, as she checked her messages again, she saw that Alex had sent one more text. Melissa, please. Just let me know if you're still there. I miss you. Her heart sank, but this time the familiar pang of longing was met with something else, a sense of finality. She couldn't go back to what they once had. What they had was gone, and no matter how much she still cared for him, she couldn't stay trapped in the past. With a deep breath, Melissa sat down on the couch. Her fingers hovered over the keys for a moment before she began to type. I'm sorry, Alex. I think I've already moved on. I don't think we can go back to what we were. It's over. She hit send. For the first time in weeks, Melissa felt a strange sense of peace wash over her. She had made her decision, and though it hurt, she knew it was the right one. As she put the phone down, the weight of the decision still pressed on her chest, but she felt a sense of relief too. Malik had been there for her when she needed it the most, and now she was ready to step forward with him, uncertain but hopeful for what lay ahead. However, just as she was starting to feel the relief of closure, her phone buzzed again. It was a new message from Alex. Asterisk, I know you might be confused, but I want you to know something. Even if it takes 10 years, I'll still be here for you. No one will ever love you like I do. And if you change your mind, I'll be waiting. Always. Asterisk. Melissa's breath caught in her throat. The message hit her like a wave, and for a moment, she was overwhelmed with conflicting emotions. Alex's words were a mixture of longing and uncertainty. She had thought she had made the right choice, but the lingering weight of his final message made her question it all over again. Could it really be that simple, she wondered? Was she truly ready to leave everything behind, or was there still a chance to salvage what they had? She didn't know. But in that moment, she realized that no matter how many years it took, Alex's love would always be a part of her story. The question now was whether she would allow it to continue, or if she would finally close that chapter and walk into an uncertain but promising future with Malik. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Moonlight Tales Africa. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss a moment, especially the next episode. You won't want to miss what's coming next in this journey of love and healing.